Hello everyone! Greetings from Kharkov, Ukraine. My name is Svetlana Mucha and I'm the leading matchmaker and dating coach at Diolli.com. I know, St. Valentine's Day is over, but we still have some beautiful decorations and I really love this balloon. I think it's kind of cute and really exotic, and it really matches the topic that I would like to cover today. We will speak about lust, desire, attraction and chemistry during the first date with the Ukrainian lady. Oops. So, it won't interrupt you, I hope, from the topic, because it is quite serious. So often after the date I receive the feedback from my male or female clients that, oh, chemistry was so strong, or chemistry unfortunately was not there. So today I wanted to cover this huge phenomenon of chemistry. What it is really like to feel chemistry during the date, how can you define chemistry, what it is all about. So often people mix the concept of chemistry with physical attraction or lust. You like the person in front of you, you are physically attracted to him or her, you want to have sex with her, you like her or his body, and you mix it with the concept of chemistry, which is more complex than just liking her or his body. I know that right now you will tell me that, oh, Svetlana, like physical attraction is like vitally important. Yes, it's so. Usually when I conduct the first interview with my potential male clients, I try to understand what do they find physically appealing, and this is why I can give them like a homework, a certain task, a certain test to make sure I understand what type of ladies they find physically appealing, what do they find physically attractive. My point right now is that attraction is more complex than just physical attraction. When you go out on a date, you have to consider the whole picture, not just the looks of the lady, because if you will try to build a relationship solely on the looks, on this lust, on the physical attraction, you won't succeed and you won't really go too far. So does chemistry equals physical attraction? I would say no, because physical attraction, it can help you go through a few dates. You really like the way she looks, you really feel attracted to her, you feel sexual attraction, you feel that it is mutual. For example, she is also physically attracted to you. So you go through first date, through the second date, and it's usually quite strong. You enjoy being together, you feel that the attraction is so strong that you're even leaning towards each other through the table, you want to touch her, that's mutual. But what will happen if, for example, you will go out on 4 to 5 dates, and after that you will start noticing things that you don't really like about the person in front of you? For example, you go out on the date number 5 and you still strongly feel attracted to her, like physically attracted, but you notice that you don't actually share that much interest in common. And the topics are quite the same. Or for example, you start noticing that she is rude to the waitress, or she is not that attentive to the things you said. Will you still feel attracted to her if, for example, you start noticing this little something which after all are not that little? Not so long ago I was talking to one of my new clients, and he was telling me about his ex-girlfriend, which by the way happened to be Ukrainian, and he said that when he has just met her, like physical attraction was so strong, he really liked her looks and he really felt attracted to her in a physical way, as we will learn later on. And they had a few dates in Kiev, and after that they have decided to spend a romantic vacation in the hot country. So they went there, and as this gentleman said, she has turned out into a real Hulk. So she was not rude to people, she was not attentive to him, so she acted like a different person. So what has happened? I can tell you that she was the same person in Kiev, but he was just so smitten by her looks and by this attraction, this pull towards her, that he didn't notice that, simply as that. From time to time it happens to many gentlemen. For example, we introduce a gentleman to several ladies, let's say to 3 ladies, and out of these 3 ladies, like 2 have like really gorgeous personalities. They are family oriented, they are sweet, they are smart, they are intelligent, and they have so much in common with the male client. The third lady, she is also smart, intelligent. Probably I would tell that her personality doesn't match like 100% with the personality of the male client. but her looks is stronger. Not in the sense that she is curvier or, for example, skinnier with other ladies, but she's flirting, she is more sexually aware of herself, so she is more confident around male client. And of course, after the 3 dates with 3 ladies, the male client claims that chemistry was the strongest with the 3rd lady. Actually, physical attraction and the pull towards each other was stronger with the 3rd lady, because she was more openly flirting with him, she was more of a flirt, and probably she was more communicating with him on the physical level than on emotional level. But what usually happens after several dates? After several dates, usually the male client understands that beyond that physical attraction, there is nothing else there, so it's not that deep, because physical attraction, it is important, but it is just one of the layers that you should add to your relationship with the lady. You can't build like strong, healthy relationship solely on physical attraction. It shouldn't be the foundation. And what usually happens with the other lady, who is also intelligent, sweet, attractive, but she is not flirting that much, and physical attraction is not that strong with her at the 1st date. Pretty often on the 2nd, 3rd date, she starts to open up to a gentleman, and you start finding out more things that you have in common. You start finding out that, for example, both of you like rock climbing, or both of you are really into historical movies, or you understand that she's really getting your jokes and you like her sense of humor. So you start finding little something that you like about each other, and this little something start building more attraction. So you find this girl more attractive than the 3rd one, with whom at the very beginning you felt this strong physical attraction, the strongest from the bunch. Why it has happened? Because our attraction is built of multiple layers. So you have to have things in common, this has to be mutual, and you have to find out more things that you like about each other and less or really few things that you don't like about each other. Because still there would be some aspects that you won't find attractive or appealing about your potential partner. So how to define if it is actually just strong physical attraction or if it is like true chemistry? Well, there is actually only one way to find out. You have to spend more time with the person. You have to have multiple dates to find out if there is something else there, something deeper beyond like pure physical attraction. You have to see the person in different situations and watch how she is interacting with you and with other people. Like there is no other way to say right after the 1st date if there can be like future for 2 of you, if it was just lust or if it was like pure chemistry that can grow and develop with time. So just imagine the situation. You meet the girl and you're like smitten by her looks. She's like beautiful, gorgeous, and she is flirty, and you understand that she is the most beautiful woman in the restaurant, and you feel so lucky to be there with her. And you start dating, and after a while you introduce her to your friends after dating her for, let's say, months, and she's rude to your friends. Or, for example, you introduce her to your parents and you understand that your parents don't like her for reasons. So, for example, your mom tells you that, oh, look at her, like she's cold. Or, for example, this lady, she doesn't consider your feelings or your attitude to relationship, to money is way different. I don't try to tell you right now that all beautiful ladies have to be shallow or rude. It's not so. I'm trying to explain to you that if, for example, after dating her for a month or 2 months, you will see that, for example, she is rude to your friends or she's not attentive to you. It won't matter anymore how beautiful she is. You will understand that this strong pull that you have felt at the very beginning is not there anymore. Why? Because at the end of the day it was just physical what you felt for each other. At the end of the day you start realizing that you don't have that much in common. At the very beginning you felt this mist of lust, of attraction, and after spending some time together you understand that it was just mist, and it was not the strong foundation. There was no real chemistry there, built on common interests, built on mutual vision about relationship, about family. So it was just physical, that was it. Or another scenario, you meet a girl, you have a great time, you feel kind of attracted to her, but you're not smitten on the first date. and you start meeting each other for the second, for the third date. You give each other a chance to get to know one another, and you find out so many little things that you have in common, then bigger things, and you realize that your vision about family, about the desire to have or not to have kids, your attitude to gender roles, to money, it's like so similar, and you have so much in common. Of course, the connection between two of you will start growing, and you will call it chemistry, but it was built like gradually, and you didn't feel it from the very beginning. My point is that we all want to be smitten from our feet when we see the person in front of us. We want to feel this strong connection from the first moment we see the person in front of us. The reality is, it doesn't happen like that all the time. Actually, it's quite rare, and in 10 years I can think of just a few couples that are happily married who have felt this strong connection right on the first date. Usually it has happened gradually, step by step. A couple has met for the first date, for the second date, for the third date, and they have felt this strong chemistry. They have actually built this strong chemistry with time. Like after 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, they're like, wow, like the connection is so strong, because you get to know the person in front of you, and you either like everything that you learn about this person, or most of all, or you find out things that bugs you and turns you off. So my advice for you would be, first impression on the first date is important, and physical attraction is important. But it is crucially important sometimes to actually go out on the second and third date, just to be sure that this person is for you or is not for you. It is vitally important to give yourself time to get to know the lady in front of you, because the fact that she's like perfect, she seems perfect on the first date by her looks, doesn't mean that on the second date or on the third date you will feel the same. So give yourself time, and don't fall in love with pictures, like never. Meet in person, find out if there can be more than just a physical pull towards each other, if you can really build strong chemistry that can last and be a real foundation for strong, healthy relationship. I wish everybody love, I wish everybody mutual chemistry with the right person. With love, Svetlana Mukha from Diolli.com.